Hey folks, BC7 here. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to our first look at Fortresscraft Evolved by the same developer as Fortresscraft for Xbox Live. There's a shocker. This is still in very early development. The front page here with settings etc. is not actually working at this time. It is a work in progress. But what this does have that the Xbox game never did end up getting is an actual game mode, and that game mode is survival. And if we hit the space bar, I can show you what I mean. Here we go. You have a choice of 10 different worlds you can start on. They are all basically empty, random generated worlds, except this one, which I've been playing around on to try things out. So, it's a pretty pick. When you start, you basically want to just pick yourself a world. You can, like say, you know, Happy World here, or Blockland, or Voxton, or Cubeford, or any of these sort of things. And then pick yourself whether you want, ooh, I like this. No World? Yeah. Colville? My First Fortress? Colville, I like it. Okay, you get a choice of creative or survival, and then basically you can change this to up or down your difficulty level, if you will, simply by giving yourself more or less stuff that's findable. So, I'll be totally honest, as much as I like this game, especially compared to the one for the Xbox, I've had an issue. Up until now, I've tried to record this 5 or 6 times, and the world hasn't loaded properly. Now hopefully you're not going to get to see what I mean. Now I'm going to create a world here, and you'll see you have no control at this point, and then there'll be a cut scene of your ship crash landing, or crashing actually. You've already bailed out, here it comes. And hopefully it won't land somewhere where the game's not capable. Oh no, it looks like it landed way deep. Where the game's not capable of filling in all the voxels before it touches down. So, here is our help guide. This pops up. That was quite the roar. This pops up when you first start the game. You can, it has a lot. I do suggest you read it. There are several guides, there's a reference and research. Pretty much anything you want to know about the game is actually here, including your storyline. You escaped an orbital station on a damaged escape shuttle. Didn't survive re-entry, but luckily you managed to eject safely. Now you have to survive on this dreadful alien planet. Your state-of-the-art suit will keep you alive under these cold conditions, but it requires power. The ship's crash site may give you the resources to see you over on the short term, so head there as soon as you can. And there are very helpful things. Pressing H gets rid of it. It also brings it back when you go, darn, I should have read that. Okay. Now, first thing you want to do is find your ship. Now, it will actually, oh my goodness, I've never actually seen this before. I've heard about it. It's this, yeah, don't look at me, dude. Giant alien spider that roams around the world. I don't know if it's harmful or whatever, I hope not. Now, it is important that you find your ship. However, I'm thinking it might actually come down a little more over there-ish. Because up in the top left-hand corner, you'll see a HUD. That's my suit power. If that, oh, there we go, that's what I'm looking for, is this. If for some reason, yeah, it looks like a big chunk of the world didn't load again. If for some reason your suit runs out of power, whoa, you can freeze to death. Luckily you cannot suffer fall damage. Oh, I see. We're actually in some kind of a cave. That's not too good. Or it may be. So, here's what survives your ship. Okay. and these are vital to your life. This is a solar generated power station. This supplies the power for your suit so that you can recharge your suit. We can open it with E and have a look. You'll notice there's no power in it right now because the solar cells are closed. It's nighttime, or we're completely buried in a cave, but I think it has access. It's just nighttime. So you can take power or add power. Like, I could add a little bit of power to it from my suit, but right now I kind of need that to keep me alive. You can also add resources, and it will eat anything to produce power, and it will automatically take from your inventory the most efficient thing. You have a research station, which we'll get into in a minute. You have a crafting table, which we'll get into in a minute. And this is your power battery and your smelter. These are the things that survive your ship's crash. This is your little buddy Arthur. He's in rough shape. You need to find some copper so you can build a power cell and get him working, because he'll help you out. But I think the first thing we need to do at this point is get a little light on the subject. So I'm going to put down a torch. They give you 3 to start with. And there we go. Torches provide heat and light, so if my battery were to go dead, I wouldn't freeze to death as long as I got close to that torch. The next thing we want to do is, using the right trigger, pop a few of these blocks out. Oops, sorry buddy, you almost got in the way there. And we're going to throw one in here. There we go. And you'll also see that we have block has been scanned but not researched. If we go to our research station and open it up, it has 1 unknown material. That's the blocks we just picked up. If we process it, I don't think we have enough power. But once that thing produces a bit of power and we process this, it will give us a research point. How are we doing here? Still not much for power. I don't think that this actually has a range per se. We might be completely enclosed here. I'm starting to get a feeling we may well be completely enclosed. Well, one good thing, we did manage to knock down some sort of a block that we didn't have before. I think I'm going to throw down another torch. Right there. There we go. This is not exactly an ideal starting place, and if it is in fact daylight, now that does look like sky, so I'm hoping we are exposed. We have 1 unknown material. We still don't have enough energy to process it. So let's add a resource again, and it will start turning that into Okay, we do have an opening, it's just not right above us, and yeah, it is definitely dark. I would say it's amazing how far you can actually go. The one of the kind of neat features in this game as well is that it has something, of course all games should have, and that is a grappling hook. So you can get pretty much anywhere. See, we're now well above where we were before. There's our base, and it is kind of overcovered, but we're going to take some of this because this provides much more energy, oddly enough, than stone does, which is the other material we stuck in there. Once the sun comes up, our base will start producing much more power. There we go. I'll get to you, buddy. We gotta find some ores. Okay. certainly help. It's a lot darker down here. And again, always research what you find. See all the materials we found here. Eh? So oh, looks like we have enough now. We can research that, and it tells us that was a rough-hewn rock. This one, again, we don't have the power. But if I go add resources this time, it takes a block of wood, and a block of wood is going to give us more power. It's time to move on to the next stage, and that is pressing the M key. It doesn't bring up a map, it brings up our ore scanner. This thing is how you play the game, basically. You can left mouse to ping, right mouse to scan, and you can ping unknowns, known ores, machines, or air. First thing you want to do is ping unknown. So we will hold left mouse button to ping. And there you go. You can see it has detected a lot of squares. So let's go over to our research table. Well, unfortunately a lot of this is going to be stuff we have actually discovered but haven't had the power to ping out yet. So let's deal with that before we get too carried away. Add resource. We now have 3 research points. We'll have a lot more once we get this done. And it does look like perhaps the day is getting a little lighter. That's nice. That is very nice. We just got to generate a little bit more energy here so that I can research these things. There we go. That gave us leaves. This last one will probably turn out to be wood. Not quite enough energy yet. Nice if the sun would come up. And let's get ready to throw another block of wood in here. So you will search out using that method. There we go. There's our tree trunk. Now, anything that I ping that we haven't yet found, and this goes down a few levels as well. So let's again do a ping. Alright. Let's try over this way. Oh, we get something else over there. A couple over here. So, whoops, wrong end. And this is what you want to do for a little bit at the beginning of the game, is actually go and find things that you don't yet. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of power now to fill our suit. So, there we go, we're back up to speed, and we can add another resource. You switch to X. Oops. Let's try ping unknown ore. No, not getting much. It's not good. Because you need to find coal really quickly on in this game. Oops. Hang on, no. I don't have enough power. Okay, it seems it's been dark an awful long time. I don't think that's right. So yeah, something's definitely not right about the way this is loaded at all. Whoa. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. I'm just about ready to say we're not going to end up doing oh, that's great, yeah. It's just really weird. Don't know why we're not getting any sunlight at all. Boom. Alright. One thing this has is what's called Super Dig and Super Build, which compared to probably most of the type of building you're used to doing is quite something. Now we can of course do this and individually pop blocks out, but if we hold control and do that, we get the Super Dig mode, which as you can see is a fairly effective little tool. But will of course use up your suit battery really quickly. So we need to take some power. Always add resources when you take power. And I'm still not actually convinced at all that this is working quite properly. Is still dark. The grappling hook is absolutely amazing in this thing. Yeah, I have no idea why it's permanently dark here. It shouldn't be. There is a proper day-night cycle. We must actually be in a complete cave. I don't know that... so, this really isn't going to work for us, and I don't think we can... Yeah, you can't pick up these main items. So, I think our starting location here, to be honest with you guys, is completely messed. Because by now we should have had some daylight. And you're not going to keep this thing running if it's forever relying on you stuffing resources in it. Unfortunately. So, yeah. Alright, so we do have a few places where we do have a little bit in the way of something slightly different. Oops. Here we go. We may have just found something we do really need. Yes, indeed. We have found coal. At this point, we want to grab us some suit power. Use a resource. Ooh, and it actually took that. We want to take some power. Exit out of there. E button works, the exit button does not for some reason. And we want to superfy some of this. You better believe it. So, right mouse button and control. Let's step back a bit. There we go, we just ran out of energy. So, we will make sure to, that's still got resources, research our new materials, process that one, and and process that one, which is our coal ore. We now have 19 research points. Research points you want to do into things like these, your crafting recipes, right? White canvas magnetic drill motor to make your your ore extractors, which I'll show you next episode, work a lot better. All kinds of different things. First thing I want to do though actually is research suit upgrades. So let's research that. Now we can craft things like a suit heater. I'm going to research that. A suit power pack, which I'm going to research. And a suit headlight, which I'm going to research. Now when we have the materials, we'll actually be able to craft them. And my battery is low. I'm, as you can see from the sign, dying of hypothermia. If I go and stand by the torch, you see my suit temperature gauge. There we go, it's gone down. Of course, what I really need to do is add some resources and take a little bit of power. There we go, my suit's back up to snuff. So, we will be extracting a good deal of this coal. Hopefully it's a reasonable size vein. There we go. Now you can set up ore extractors, but I don't really want to use up the couple that they do start you with, so I'm simply going to super dig the first bunch for as much battery as I have. There we go. The next thing we'll want to search out is, as I said, copper. And now that we've researched coal, we don't have anything new? No, we don't. Now that we have researched coal, we can use the ore ping thing and once again see if it comes up with something different. It found us coal that time, so it will not find coal again. And that's basically all you have to remember, is make sure you actually research what it is it's discovered before you move on to something else. So we'll send out another ping, and there is something just off this way it doesn't recognize. Oops. So I'm just going to do a little bit of randomized cutting in here. Get us closer to it. There we go, we found it. Nice. Get some of this stuff out of the way. And, ooh, I think we found our copper. Let's check it out, shall we? I'm going to super scoop some of it. Again, control, right trigger. Alright, let's take this back and add resource. It will again take coal, and we see we have an unmown material, and it is copper. Now we have ore. What you do with ore is you put it in your refinery. So feed ore. It's going to take whatever copper ore we have on us and start smelting it into copper bars. If we bring up our crafting menu with the C button, we'll see that one of the things, where are we here, that we can make is what our little friend here needs. Although it's not showing any, oh, because I haven't crafted anything yet in tier 1. Right, so if we craft, for instance, a couple of torches. Crafting. There we go, we've now crafted a torch. What else have we got here? We could make reinforced rock. 19 rough-hewn, slightly stronger walls for your base. You can make wooden planks. Useless, alien-esque wall decorations. Nice. And this you get from actually killing aliens when the aliens show up. So, What I'm not seeing, however... Oh, I guess we won't actually get that until... Oh, hypothermia is setting in. Yeah. Oh, never mind, don't do that. There we go. I didn't realize my suit was dead. Let's fill it back up. Okay, I think we actually have to have some copper bars. Let's take what's here. Now if we go back over to crafting, there we go. If we have a look, you can see got all this different stuff. What we actually want is a power core for our little buddy. So where is his stuff? Oh, here's our suit heater. These are the things we researched. Here we go, Arthur's power core. This is what he needs. We're going to craft Arthur a power core. And now, Arthur's working. He will help. He's going to provide light. He can even keep us alive. So he's well worth doing that for. So there you go, guys. That's basically a first look. I don't think I'll be able to keep this world because, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're ever going to get sunlight down here. It is daytime now, I'm pretty sure. If we go, say, there. Perhaps higher. Yeah, see, it's sunlight now, and unfortunately, because our base is completely covered, the sunlight's never going to reach us. So, word of advice, if you land and your main base is not exposed to sunlight, start yourself a new world. But there you are, that's the basics. So now that you have copper production, you can actually start crafting a few items. As long as you keep power, you will stay alive. Always add resources before you want to power up your suit or do anything like that. So, as you can see, just working off the straight coal, it's only keeping this alive. So, and we can, of course, gather more coal, either manually, again, simply by and right click. And we went through that first block of coal. There we go. That was one block out of all of that, so not bad. Not bad. We should have, yeah, we got 85 coal there, so nice. The rest of our copper ore in there. Take the bars it has, and you continuously move up. We could build Arthur a battery core. Oh, we need 10 bars for that. Same solar panel, we need lithium and copper. Alright. For our own suit stuff, we need tin and lithium. A whole bunch of different stuff. So as you can see, it does titanium, nickel. There are a number of different ores, and it does get considerably more complex as you go along. As I said, this is basically not going to work for this particular world because we don't have sunlight. But I hope you enjoyed our first look. I will be back to show you more of this game. I really do like it. Luckily enough, the world I started, I'm not having this issue of not having any light. So, hope you enjoyed our first look at Fortresscraft Evolved. We will be paying a lot of attention to this game. Till next time, guys, take care of each other. This has been Species 7. Ciao for now.